My 21F, boyfriend 24M told me that I'll deserve IT if I go out in a revealing outfit. With updates, me and my boyfriend James, fake name, have been dating for around 3 years. He's usually an incredible boyfriend. The other night I dressed up to join my friends at a party hosted by our mutual friend whom we recently befriended. When James saw my outfit, which was a skirt a little above my knees and one of those backless crop tops, he told me that I can't wear that because I'm taken and I should dress like it. We got into a fight that ended with him yelling, "Don't you dare come to me crying like a bitch when you get raped. You'll deserve it." And he slammed the door when I walked out. The party was great and a few guys did approach me, but I rejected them with no problems and overall had lots of fun and an amazing time. A lot of people complimented my outfit and said that I looked sexy. Which made me a little sad inside at the end because I wanted to hear that from James, my boyfriend. But maybe he was just temporarily jealous? Maybe all it was just a phase, and once he understands that I will continue to dress however I want to, he'll accept it? Edit. For those saying that I crave male attention, first of all, I wore that outfit because I wanted to feel sexy and good for myself. Secondly, most or actually majority of the people who complimented me were women and gay men. Just because I choose to wear revealing outfits doesn't mean I'm doing it for male attention. Not everything that we women do revolves around men. Also, I'd like to add, James has shown similar bouts of jealousy over the years, but they've all been temporary in the sense that they would fade away. He has never called me a bitch before though, and never said anything even close as cruel as what he said that night. I am contemplating on breaking up with him, but it's really hard for me because 3 years is a lot. I feel like I need to add another edit. I've dressed up in sexy outfits for years, including when my boyfriend met me. It was one of the things that attracted him to me. What I find funny, based on the comments saying that I shouldn't dress like a slut and I should respect my boyfriend, if a woman told her boyfriend or husband that he should stop wearing his hair a certain way or stop wearing attractive clothing that will make him look hot to other women, she would be controlling. No. Shouldn't a good partner trust their partner to be faithful? My boyfriend has been wearing whatever he wants, which includes working out half naked at the gym and also wearing revealing clothes for a man while revealing comments from other women. And have I ever once told him, you know what? You must stop being half naked and put on a wool sweater because I find it disrespectful? No. Okay, another thing I need to clarify. The mutual friend was mutual to me and my friend group, not to me and my boyfriend. I should have made that clear. Okay, hopefully this will be my last edit. A man has every right to want a partner who dresses classy. However, he can choose a partner who already dresses in classy clothing all the time, such as Ralph Lauren and Banana Republic, but I'm pretty sure that even that type of woman will still wear a sexy backless Versace dress from time to time. What a man shouldn't do is get a woman and force her to change the way she dresses. What do they say? A man will pursue a beautiful woman and put her in a cage. And while I'm writing this, I'm coming to the realization that maybe I shouldn't spend more time with a man who can't accept me for who I am and the way I dress, even if I already spent 3 years of my life with him. Update. Hi guys. I posted about 3 days ago about this. It's on my profile if anyone wants to check it out. We went out to a public place in broad daylight and I had 2 of my friends come with me and stay at a distance in case of anything. I told James that I wanted to break up with him because I was not going to be told what I can and what I can't wear, and he didn't really take it well. He replied that all he asked was for me to respect him as a man. I told him I have no problem with you working out half naked at the gyms and dressing up when you go to parties and events without me with your friends. And he said, well, that's different. I'm a man and you're a woman. That's how it works. I just said firmly that I didn't want to see him anymore, and he became enraged and started yelling obscenities at me. Called me a bitch, a whore, etc., even banged the table and said that he hopes I'll know what it feels like to be actually forced to do what a man wants and that he hopes it will hurt. My friends came up to us when he started yelling, and one of them, Nick, was a long-time male friend, and he was the one who suggested to be there when I broke up with James. He's 6 feet 4 inches and 258 pounds of muscle, so I felt pretty confident in my safety. He told James that he better get away from me while he can still walk, and I think James was still able to realize that there was no way he could fight my friend, so he just shot me a death look and left. This was a day ago and I still haven't heard from him, but Nick still wants me to file for a restraining order, and I don't really see the point, because if he really would want to hurt me, would a piece of paper really stop him? Maybe I watched too much of Enough with Jennifer Lopez, but having a restraining order won't really make me feel any more safe. Nick offered to have me stay at his place so he could be my bodyguard, lol, and that's where I'm staying for now. And also, let me add, my feelings for Nick have always been strictly platonic and vice versa. He's like the big brother that I never had. And James and I would sometimes go to parties and events together, And sometimes I would go alone with my friends and James would go alone with his friends. For those saying that Nick is just trying to fuck or he'll make a move, not all men look at any woman as sexual things and are only friends with a woman with the hopes to be more than friends. Nick and I are completely platonic and we're more like brother and sister. It might be just a movie, but our friendship is very much like what the Black Widow and Hawkeye had. So please stop commenting he's just trying to fuck. Some men can care about a woman without being sexually or romantically attracted to her or expecting to hit. Another edit, I might actually file for a restraining order tomorrow, but I've seen some people comment that it might make things only worse because it can make James mad or that they won't approve the restraining order because there's not enough evidence and motive. But maybe giving it a try won't hurt? I, 30M, asked my wife, 26F, to cover up during EDM festival. So a little background. My wife has been going to EDM festivals since before we met. The music isn't really my thing, but I've attended several with her and always have a good time. When we attend these, to say she dresses skimpy is an understatement. Thongs, pasties, body paint, etc. I was a little shocked at first, but honestly, she looks incredible. I actually find it a bit of a turn on and don't have any issues with it since I'm with her. My brother got married few months ago and his wife and my wife have become good friends, which is great. She even invited her, and by extension my brother, to the next festival we plan on attending, and she eagerly accepted. Herein lies the problem. While I love my wife's festival outfits when we're among strangers, or festival friends that we only see once a year at the festival, I'm not comfortable at all with her wearing such outfits around my brother. I don't think it's appropriate. I asked my wife if she would tone it down for the festival. I'm not saying dress like a nun, but maybe not have your cheeks and tits out. I told her I'd prefer my brother, who we see often, not to be able to so easily imagine her almost nude. She said that she puts a lot of effort into her outfits and that it's part of the experience for her. I said that's fine, but then let's just not go with my family. We could cancel and just go to another one by ourselves like normal. She thinks that's an unreasonable request and that I'm making a big deal out of nothing. She also said that canceling or disinviting my brother and Sil would be incredibly rude and she was looking forward to attending with Sil. She says I'm being a controlling Am I in the wrong here? Update. I deleted the throwaway account of the original post, but the gist of the original post is that my wife dresses very provocatively at these events when we go together, which I love. However, she invited my brother and Sil to the next one without consulting me first. I asked her to tone down the outfits since my brother will be in attendance, or cancel on them. She thought they were unreasonable requests and that I was being controlling. Many of you agreed and gave me much to think about. It still didn't sit right with me though, so I took another shot explaining my position a little better, taking into account what people said to make a better argument. So I came home from work and asked my wife to have another discussion about the issue as I was not sitting okay with how we left it. My wife started she was a little hurt that I called her outfits inappropriate and that it seemed like I thought she was doing something wrong. She said she just got really defensive and jumped into nobody tells me what we're mode instinctively. She also was a little hurt that I wanted to shut down what she thought was a nice gesture. I apologized and told her I may not have communicated well as I was taken by surprise, but that I don't find her outfits inappropriate and that I actually really like them and that she looks gorgeous. But that I am uncomfortable with her wearing them in front of my family. I mentioned to her that she keeps photos of us together when she's wearing that stuff in a private folder on her phone, and also that she only posts tame photos at the camp to social media. Why? I never requested she do that. She said because she doesn't want people from work to see and get a wrong impression since she works in a professional setting. I asked her if she would wear them in front of my mother and she said no, that she was older and wouldn't understand, she doesn't intend it in a sexual way. And the private folder so nobody comes across them by accident. So I explained that we both agree there's a line on who it's appropriate to let see and who's not, and we just have a disagreement on who's on what side of the line. I explained that I get it, the people at the festival get it, Sil maybe gets it, but this whole experience is going to be completely alien for my brother, and he may view some of the more extreme outfits in a sexual way, particularly throwing dancing and MDMA in the mix. Not that I'd imagine he'd be inappropriate, but that's I'd really prefer he not view you like that, and it has the potential to cause awkwardness between us. I also said that just dressing a little more conservative this one time would really make me more comfortable and able to enjoy the festival with her and them. She said she understood my perspective but still had some concerns. Namely, she's really hoping Sil enjoys herself and wants to continue coming with us, and likely this would mean my brother too. Would I expect her to change permanently? The whole slippery slope thing. I said firstly, we don't even know if they're going to enjoy it or want to return. We go 2 to 3 times a year. If they end up liking it and wanting to go every year, I'll stop going on my yearly motorcycle trip with the guys and use that time and money to go 3 to 4 times a year. We can do one time with them where we keep it PG-13, and the rest just you and me like we usually do. This way you're not losing out on a full festival experience, but gaining an additional family one. I also explained that I'm really happy that her and my Sil are getting along so well, and I'm excited for her to experience this with her friend, but that I do prefer just her and I because it's like an escape from our regular life where we can just get weird with it, and that bringing people from our day to day means I've got to be a little more reserved and can't 100% let loose. She said she totally understands and thinks we just had some miscommunication and that it's a good plan. She said she knows how much I enjoy those motorcycle trips, so being willing to give it up really showed how much it means to me. We're going to look for some new outfits together that will still look great. What I learned from this thread are some of y'all are wild. Calling for divorce on her end, divorce on my end. Absolute unwillingness to compromise and like insulted at even being asked. How do you go through life or relationships like that? Divorce over mild disagreements. Then there's the folk who feel the need to call a stranger a slut, hoe, etc. I mean, even if you feel that way, what possesses someone to type it out? And the requests for pictures, gross. Anyways, all is good between us now. I learned a little about communicating my concerns a little better. Everyone is excited for the event, and for those of you that were truly helpful, thanks. Edit. She's not changing to accommodate my brother. She's compromising to make me more comfortable. I accept that she issues lies with me, and wouldn't even be an issue if I didn't care, but I do. Yes, it's a festival and most women are dressed with little clothing, but most aren't wearing pasties and thongs. Many, sure, but not most. I just asked her to go middle of the road for this one. I have a few reasons for this. Firstly, I don't want my brother to see my wife dancing around in that state of undress. She gets flirty, she sometimes will lightly make out with other women. I'm cool with this but would prefer family not know, etc. There is a possibility that my brother would start to see, just see, her in a sexual way, and I'd like to avoid that. Secondly, I feel like because it's going to be such a foreign experience for him, he's likely to talk about it to other family or have pictures maybe my wife gets caught in the background, and that it gets back to other family members that I see often. As I mentioned before, I come from an Italian-American Catholic family. Like Sopranos without the crime. They lean conservative. I can already hear the "you let your wife go out like that?" comments implying that I'm some sort of weak pushover, because they would never allow their wives to do such a thing. Or that I'm some sort of sex freak because I enjoy her dressing like that. And the fact is I do enjoy it, though I do feel a little bit of shame and guilt about the fact that I do, like I shouldn't. And yes, it would probably be better for society as whole if I just called them out on their archaic views, or exclude them from my life if they don't change. But I'm just not that guy. Not everything needs to be a fight. I realize all of this could be solved by letting go of some insecurities, Catholic guilt, and not worrying about what anyone thinks about me or my wife, but I don't know how you just do that. People on the other thread toss that out like it's super easy, but it seems like an insurmountable task to me. And as many people have said, and I 100% agree with, absolutely none of this is my wife's fault or her problem. It's my problem caused by issues I have in not wanting to deal with all this, but I just want to keep certain aspects of my life separate from family and eat my Sunday gravy in peace.